Welcome to another informative series brought to you by Autruo. The last time, we look at how I/O modules are wired. The relationship between the terminal assignment and the I/O modules was discussed in detail. Finally, we ended off looking at the major difference between the normal I/O modules and the I/O modules that come with diagnostic capabilities. In today's series, we will be looking at the ladder programming language. The way this language is used will be discussed in detail. Stay tuned.
To begin with, I must commend your effort the last time. The concepts was well explained. So I guess today is another day.
Don't mention bro. Alright. Before we will go into today's series, we will need Andrea. Because he is an expert in this field. Can you tell him to connect with us?
Okay. That wouldn't be a problem. I will put a call across to him now.
Perfect.
Hi bro. How was your day?
My day was perfect, Hendrik.
Again, I must commend your effort the last time. You really drive it home. Well appreciated, bro. Well, today is another day. And since you are not here in person, we believe distance should not be an issue. Can you join us virtually?
All right, Hendrik. Tell Laura to accept my VR request.
Lest I forget. I just hope I am not interrupting.
Not really, bro. Just watching my favorite team play. Anyway, I will put it on record. That way, I will be able to catch up with it later. Perfect.
Laura. I just spoke with him now. He said he will be joining up with us any moment from now.
Alright, perfect. Overtime. IEC, also known as the International Electrotechnical Commission. This body has become the standard for programming and configuring industrial automation systems. It is the body that sets global standards for electrical, electronic, and other related technologies. Various region-specific technology certification bodies derive their standards from IEC. Now the third part of IEC 61131-3 defines the programming languages used for programmable controllers. It was first published in December 1993 by IEC, while the current edition, which is the third edition, was released in 2013. This set of standards defines the basic architecture of specific programming languages and allowed programming in 5 different programming language standards. The 5 languages are 3 graphical languages, while 2 are textual-based programming standards, which are ladder diagram, function block diagram, also known as FBD, and sequential function chart. While for the textual-based language are structured text, an instruction list. Andrea just joins. Welcome, Andrea.
Thanks, Laura. I hope I have not missed out a bit. Because I am also eager to learn.
Not really, Andrea. Now let's look at it in programming settings. Ladder language is built on some set of horizontal rungs with 2 sets of vertical lines. This programming is used to represent the electrical connections. The ladder programming rung is usually divided into 2. One half is for the input conditions as per program requirements, and the ladder is for the output conditions. To make it sync, let's look at a conveyor system. The backup sensor is terminated to the I0.2 of the I/O modules. When the moving object, in our case here, we are considering glass bottles. So basically when it fills up to the spot where the sensor is, The sensor will be activated, and 24 volts will be sent to the input modules, and as such, the input conditions will be met. These conditions will be used to activate the output conditions, and also the further field device. This device can be relays or an alarm depending on what we want to achieve.
Perfect, Laura. So basically, we also have negative terminations as well. Because in a typical industrial wiring, negative termination must be available.
Not really. During programming, the other half is usually constant most times and at least by standard, unless there are some designer that has their own unique way. So basically, we only need the positive half. That is one-wire feedback. Again, the objective that was discussed in one of our series might be defeated. I believe you know the objective, right?
Yeah. The whole essence of this box is to have less wire during terminations.
All right. Perfect. Andrea, any additions from your ends?
Laura has actually done a good job here. In a nutshell, ladder programming language is a carbon copy of relay and timer installation. This time around, it is done in soft form instead of the traditional hardwiring. Dick and his team did a very good job here. The plan is to have less wiring, and from what Laura projected here on my VR Google, we will only be having 2 wires. If not because of this device or box as you call it, the wiring would have been enormous. With this language also comes with reduces errors, because everything is represented in graphical forms. However, it also has its own unique drawback. That is, there are some instruction set that is not available. Back to you, Laura.
Thanks, Andrea. Let's do a quick recap. We started off looking at the bodies that regulate PLC programming languages. From there, we look at PLC ladder logic as a whole. Finally, we ended off looking at a typical conveyor system which is programmed in ladder language. In the coming series, we will be looking at function block diagram. The applications of these programming language will be discussed in detail coupled with practical examples. Hope you have learned something new today. See you in the next one.